Hi, this is the final reflection post for the leadership course that we've been taking. And so I went back and I watched my video from the beginning of the course. And as I went through the domains, I noticed that I was, obviously I haven't taken the class yet, so I was just reciting and looking at more of a definition of what is a leader and things of that nature. And so on this video, on this final reflection, after I've taken the course, my I've changed a little bit as far as my mindset goes, as far as what a teacher leader is. And so I'll just go through each of the domains and just give you a little bit of what my thought would be now on these domains versus what I thought at the beginning. When asked what a leader was, at the very beginning of the class, I stated that I thought, a leader is someone that leads. A principal would be a leader. They want to make sure that everything's running properly. And I've now learned that obviously there's a lot more into being a leader than just simply having that title and making sure that this is running a specific way. So as a teacher leader, I see that that is somebody that sees that there is a problem and they look for a way to fix that problem. They actually initiate ideas and set forth plans, collaborate with other professionals, teachers, to determine whether or not it is an issue that is facing the school or perhaps maybe just an issue facing that specific teacher. And so a leader is someone that's going to do that research and look, take that step further and not just complain about it, but more along the lines of doing something about it. So I'm going to list the domains and I'll go through my responses now, and I'll do a small comparison to what I was doing at the beginning. So the first one was domain 1, fostering a collaborative culture to support educator development and student learning. Before I said, yeah, you work together, you ask lots of questions, but in this class we took it a step further where we actually had to do interviews, and I had to find people to ask their opinions on the certain issues in our school. As an example, my final project was on the problems of cell phone use in the classroom when students are preoccupied or not focusing because they're too busy texting or being on social media and that type of thing. And so I interviewed the dean of the students, which is someone in our school that actually does deal with that. Those issues, and when people send a referral, when teachers send a referral. And so I was able to interview her and also observe her in a conference that she had with a student who had been sent to the dean's office for inappropriate use of cell phones during class time. And so I was able to watch and see how she handled the situation. And I also collaborated and interviewed our department chair on the same topic. And I wanted to get the perspective of another teacher, especially a math teacher, because that just seems to be everyone's favorite class. For some it is, but for some it's not, and it can be hard to stay focused. And so I wanted to get his perspective, so I interviewed him as well, and I did observe him during his class time. And we did find that we do face a lot of the same issues. And so I was able to collaborate with him to figure out, okay, what could be a plan of action that we could take to help keep the students focused, essentially increasing student success rates. Domain 2, accessing and using research. Once again, that goes back to actually reading all those articles that we did and looking at the research. And believe it or not, there were several pros and several cons of eliminating the use of cell phones in the classroom. And however, most of the cons against removing cell phones in the classroom came from the parents. And we as teachers know that the biggest culprit of texting and trying to get a hold of a student during class time are the parents. And so I thought that that was interesting, that it wasn't just something that was happening to me, but it was also happening across the nation and across the world. Some of the articles were even from England, so same issues. Promoting professional learning and continuous improvement. Let's see, what did I put for that one? Promoting professional learning for continuous improvement. Obviously, what we would want to do for that one is just continue our research, continue looking at the data, supporting are our plans to working? Are they being successful? And so that would be that one. And facilitating improvements in instruction and student learning. Our overall goal is to improve our student learning. Everything that we do in our classroom would be to improve student learning. So when I look at in aspects to this class that we just took, I feel like I have a little more confidence when it comes to saying, hey, this is a problem. Let's facilitate, or let's get together and let's come up with a solution to this problem and facilitate. I have the confidence that I can facilitate over a group that may have the same feelings that I do. Promoting the use of assessments and data for school district improvement. When you come up with a plan of action, once again, it's to help student learning, and how are you going to know if it is helping if you are not looking at the data and looking at the test scores and looking at the improvement rates and all of those things. Improving outreach and collaboration with families and communities. That would definitely be something that we would do. Communication is the key to anything. When it comes to your classroom and your students, and having the parents on board with your goals, and that is eliminating distractions during the classroom. At least that was my project. And so I'm really excited about my plan that I came up with, and I've actually seen that teachers have already started doing it, not only in my school. And I'm not saying that I came up with a plan, because obviously it was an idea that I had thought of, and as I've done my research, I've seen that it's already been out there for a while. But just a way for us to help students not become so distracted, and to focus on the task at hand, which obviously is our lessons. Last one, domain 7, advocating for student learning. Everything that we do in our profession is advocating for student learning. At least that's how I feel. And so I wouldn't spend the time and effort on coming up with a plan and identifying the problem if I didn't think that there was a benefit for the students. In speaking about all of these domains, I have also talked about the 4 growth areas: awareness, knowing that there's a problem, understanding that you're not the only one that has this problem in your classroom. Knowledge, we go through, we take a look at the research and analyze our data. The skill and capacity to lead. Like I said earlier, I feel like I have more confidence now after taking this class that I can actually make a difference. That a lot of times you feel like you're the only one that has a problem, and you realize that, hey, by talking to your other teachers, you are definitely not the only one that has this problem. And the last one is will to lead. And that's your want to take action, and your want to do the research, and you want to collaborate with your teammates and make a difference in the lives of students. So I enjoyed taking this class. I enjoyed reading all of your responses and your reflections as well. And I look forward to seeing you in the next class.